The boys in America are exactly how you would expect them to be. So when I was in America, I was at this party and I was with like 5 girls, and like a few hours in, we all ended up just sitting in the lounge room chatting. And this guy does TikTok and he's like bragging about it. We started playing this game called Piccolo, which is a drinking game. One of the questions was to give a girl like a strip tease or like a strip dance or like a lap dance or whatever. And he was like, I'm just gonna serenade you with my music. And I was like, okay. So he gets his guitar. And he sits across from me, looks me dead in the eyes, and he starts playing his guitar. And everyone in the room is like, this is really good. And I'm thinking, this is the worst piece of shit I've heard in my entire life. And he's like, I'm a singer, like I have this song coming out. And I'm just like, you're a oh, I could be a singer then. Fucking hell. If you play Piccolo, you know that it asks people direct questions. So it's like, blah, blah. What is your biggest turn on? Like, what gets you going in the bedroom? This boy, says, I love...
So the reality is that women will never find another you. Most women end up leaving, cheating, breaking up the perfect relationship in their life because they somewhat believe that the grass is always greener. It's not until they're on the other side they realize this is not the case. But by then it's too late, because as times keep going, we're noticing more and more men are done dating. So they're left stuck realizing that maybe they'll never find your replacement after all. So anyways, we got a few more snippets to react to. Make sure to click the like button, subscribe, and let's go.
Okay, TikTok, I need your help. My girlfriend, I don't want to say that, but I need some fucking help. I don't know what I should do. My girlfriend is broke as fuck, but she has one of the best personalities that I have ever seen in my fucking life. She's caring, she's kind, she's loving to everybody that she meets. It doesn't matter if you're family or friends, but she's just broke as fuck. The other day, she asked me for $5, and I thought she was playing. So I was like, you really need $5? And she was like, yes. And I asked her, how do you not have $5? Why the fuck are you so broke? And I don't understand why she's so fucking broke. She has a car, she has her own place, she pays her own bills. So why the fuck, where's all your money going? I just really need your help, TikTok. And I just also wanted to let the world know that my girlfriend is broke as fuck. But I don't want to leave her for that, because like I said, she does have a good personality. And because my ex, she had the personality and she had the money. So I don't want to feel like I'm settling or anything like that.
It's a little bit funny, man. All I gotta say is she's broke around you. She's pretending to be broke around you. Ain't no way she's broke, bro. Out there, bro. Let me tell you one thing. Women, all of a sudden, when they're around you, they don't got money. But if you look at their lifestyle, like where they're living, what they're wearing, you know, you look at their hair, you look at their nails, you look at everything. Everything is kept up to date. And you start wondering, where are they getting this money from? Well, of course, they're getting it from simps like you out there as well. But at the same time, they have money, bro. They have money. But around you, they pretend like they don't have it. You know? But behind the scenes, when they have to pay for shit, when they have to deal, like, you know, go fill on gas on their own vehicle, or they have to go somewhere, they always be taking Uber. They always be, you know, eating out with their girlfriends and going to, you know, living that bad bitch lifestyle, traveling. But yeah, around you, they ain't got the money, because they know they want that sympathy from you. They know you're gonna cover the bills. They know you're gonna send money her way. That's how they play, bro. That's how they play a lot of these dudes out here, you know. And I mean, most of you guys fall for it. That's the funny part. Most of you guys fall for it. You know, there's that saying that says that once you're in a relationship, her money is her money, your money is her money as well. You know?
Are you trying to seduce me right now? No? What is your name?
Juliana.
Juliana. Oh, my name is Julian. It's very similar.
Way, yeah.
Hell yeah. Where are you going right now?
Back to my dorm.
Are you a freshman?
Yes.
How are you liking this so far?
It's fun. Yeah. Got done with an advising meeting.
Oh, okay. Cool. Wow. The way you were just looking at me, it's so funny. My mom told me this what happened. Are you trying to seduce me right now? No? Oh, shit. Are you sure? I feel like you kind of were.
Oh,
like,
I'm sorry.
Maybe you just have really nice eyes and I feel like I'm being seduced.
Thank
yeah.
you.
Cool. Well, can I get your number?
Sure.
All right. What is it?
It's 720.
Mm-hmm. And it was Juliana. And you sure you weren't trying to, like, seduce me? It's because if you were, I mean, that's fine. I like being seduced and, like, picked up and everything.
You like Prime?
Yeah, I do love Prime. Do you like Prime?
I like Prime. Did you go to the Targets here? They have a bunch of, like, the ice pop flavors.
Yeah, I've tried those. Those are really good.
I've never had them, so
really?
I had, like, my first one. It was really cool.
Maybe we can go on, like, a Prime date. Like, when it just primes.
Like, because of...
I mean, it's a good drink, to be honest.
Nah, I just like KSI.
Oh, you like KSI? You have a crush on him?
Yeah.
Oh, I have his number, actually. You want to talk to him?
KSI's
yeah,
number.
that's my homie. Yeah, all black people know each other. That's just how it is.
Oh yeah.
Yo, somebody in the comments said this girl is so innocent and naive, man. They're not wrong. She is innocent and naive. This is how girls be when they're like transitioning from like elementary to like junior high or something, you know, or from junior high to high school. You know what I mean? Like they're so far back, right? And the problem about this is like all they gotta do is just run into that dude that's just gonna corrupt them, right? You already know, bro. At one point, women were like this, right? Especially if they were raised in a tightly knit home or household, whatever. Especially if they're religious as well. So until they go off to like college or whatever, and they go into college innocent, but when they come out of college, they're like corrupted. They're like done. They've done it all. You know what I mean? And it's like you're sitting there wondering like, yo, this is gonna be somebody's wife one day. I gotta ask you this actually. What do you think your wife is doing right now? Your future wife. Just let that sink in. Supposedly, what do you think your future wife is out there doing right now? I know a lot of you guys want to think about it, but like, yo, what do you think she's doing? That's the real question.
So this girl messaged me on Lazo and asked me to DM her boyfriend. I requested to follow him, he accepted, and then he followed me back and liked a couple of my pictures. By the way, if you want to test, I did him on Lazo, it's linked in my bio. So I swiped up on his story of himself and I put heart eyes, and he said, "Aw, thanks." And I said, "Of course." He said, "How's your day going?" I said, "It's good, how is yours?" He said, "Yeah, also good, thanks, up to much." I said, "I'm actually about to go out in Nashville, I have a lot of traveling coming up, so I'm excited." He said, "How good? Oh, you're from the US, miles and miles away from me." I said, "Yes, I'm from Tampa, I'm doing some traveling right now in the US, then heading to Colombia, Germany, and Australia. Where are you from?" He said, "Exciting, very busy schedule, I'm from Australia." And I said, "No way, what part?" He said, "I was living where I was living, but now I live in the place that I live in now. How was your night?" I said, "That's awesome, and it was pretty good. I'm sick right now, so I didn't get to have as much fun as usual." He said, "Oh, that's no good. What kind of sick? Also, what part of Australia are you coming to?" I said, "I haven't figured it out all the way yet." He said, "Oh, sweet, will be very cold." I said, "Just talk to my friends about it again, and we're going to start in the area that he's in, then go to the mainland." He said, "Oh, sweet, hopefully I run into you." And I said, "I hope so." He said, "You'll have to let me know the dates, etc. when you know you'll be in my area." I said, "I will soon. You should come out with us." He said, "Yeah, sure. Depends what city, as they have some pretty strict tattoo laws down here, but I'd be keen." I said, "They have tattoo laws?" He said, "Yeah, 90% of pubs and clubs here in Australia won't let you out with tattoos on the neck, face, and head, etc. So strict, unfortunately." I said, "Yeah, that's so crazy." He said, "Yeah, it's shocking to be honest." I said, "Well then, if we can't go to a club, we can just party back wherever we stay." He said, "I'm sure I'll be fine though, but sounds good to me, hun." I said, "And you're welcome to stay with me, of course, only if you want to." She said, "I'm spewing, you're doing good though. Ask if he has a girlfriend, I'm literally next to him, how rank?" So he said, "Well, that's kind of you, and I definitely take up on that offer." I said, "Just making sure you're single, right? Because I am." And he said, "Of course I am." So the girlfriend had seen enough, and then I blocked.
Hey yo, like this loyalty test is not it though. Like I mean, he didn't really do anything out of the ordinary, aside from talking to her. But at the same time, she initiated this conversation, so it's not like he went out of his way to be out here flirting and sending her pictures and, you know, flirty texts and all. Like to me, it sounded like he was just talking all normal. The only part where he screwed up on was when he was asked if he was single, and he said yes. That part, yeah, he got caught lacking a little bit. But aside from that, man, this is not actually that whole bad, right? Like, I mean, she put herself in his DMs, you know what I mean? He's just replying. It's like a little short conversation. It's nothing extra, man. Like, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I don't know why she's so hyped up. She thinks she caught him cheating in the act. No, really, man. Like, the only part he cheated on was when he was asked if he has a girlfriend or not, right? And then he said no, or he said he's single. Yeah, that part, yes. But aside from that, the whole thing, man, it's a regular conversation. I mean, I don't know why she's tripping out here.
You guys are in love. You're like laid up and shit. Yeah. Are you a white dude? What are you? You're Mexican? Flaca. With braces? I ain't never seen a Mexican with braces before, bro. Am I tripping? Am I tripping? El bracito. I don't know if that's I only know so many. I'm trying. I know like chupacabra. So you're Mexican for real? You mixed? Hold on. Could you stop stirring that ice? God damn. We can hear you. Somebody trying to get my attention. Shingalingo, 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 lingo, 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 lingo. it Christmas? It sounded like the beginning of Jingle Bells. I hope you get a brain freeze, whoever it was. So you Mexican and Mexican. Is there parts of Mexico where people all look like white people like you? What city? Michoacan. She's screaming, ow! Oh, Michoacan. Oh, Michoacan. Don't worry, Andre. This is about Michoacan. So then, are you from Michoacan too? Are you Mexican too? What are you? What'd you say? That was a gang of shit. They could adopt you at the APCA. You everything. I heard black, white. Why you say white like that? You from Texas? You are? Yeah, see? She's like, yeah, I am. I'm wet. I'm wet. I'm wet. Goddamn jigaboo, root two shooting like big. I'm wet. My boyfriend's Mexican. He don't look like it though. When he look like me. Goddamn right. He look like he do landscape.
So the funny part about these comedy skits is like you go there with your wife or whatever, and it's like when you're the center of attention, and the comedian could literally be making fun of you, man, and you can't even react. You just have to laugh, you know. Like he could be saying some things that are like so offending and offensive, whatever, and you may want to punch him in the face, bro. But like you gotta like you gotta vibe in with the energy, same energy the whole room be on, right? Like sometimes, bro, these comedy skits, bro. I've noticed one thing. These comedians, they tend to pick on the dude the most rather than the woman, you know what I mean? And it's a little bit funny because like sometimes I swear you one day they go get slapped in the face, man, especially like if they keep like, you know, being disrespectful or keep digging deep into your private life, like, you know, like they don't get the hint. Sometimes it's like the dude that's being asked a question or whatever, he likes to keep it short and under the radar, right? He doesn't like to give like detailed responses, and then you have these comedians keep pressing and asking deeper and deeper questions. It's like, bro, mind your own business. I'm just here to watch you make people laugh, bro. maybe you're my girl's favorite comedian, but it was my idea, right? That's one thing I noticed about these comedians.
Party, and I was with like 5 girls, and like a few hours in, we all ended up just sitting in the lounge room chatting, and this guy does TikTok, and he's like bragging about it. He's like, yeah, like I do TikTok, like what about it? Like, yeah, like creative fund, you guys don't have that, haha. We started playing this game called Piccolo, which is a drinking game. One of the questions was to give a girl like a strip tease or like a strip dance or like a lap dance or whatever, and he was like, I'm just gonna serenade you with my music. And I was like, okay. So he gets his guitar and he sits across from me, looks me dead in the eyes, and he starts playing his guitar. And everyone in the room is like, this is really good. And I'm thinking, this is the worst piece of shit I've heard in my entire life. And he's like, I'm a singer. Like, I have this song coming out. And I'm just like, you're a oh, I could be a singer then. Fucking hell. Staring at me, like, singing this song. And then he doesn't stop there. He's like, do you want to hear another song? And then he proceeds to bring up his phone, his audio recordings, and he shows me 3 songs that he's been working on. The worst shit I've heard in my entire life. And I am saying that lightly. Okay, I'm saying that in a very loving way. I didn't praise him. I was like, this, wow, okay, gets worse. If you play Piccolo, you know that it asks people direct questions. So it's like, blah, blah. What is your biggest turn on? Like, what gets you going in the bedroom? This man, boy, says, I love degrading women. My friend turns to me and she goes, because she was telling me about American Boys before. And I was just like, how so? And he proceeds to tell me that his biggest turn on, it's not the titties, it's not the ass, it's not the eyes, it's not the lips. His biggest turn on is putting a girl in a bathtub, tying her up and pissing on her. That really did it for me. And me and my friends actually left very shortly after, probably within a 5-minute span. We immediately needed to go because her sister was so drunk at a party that we had to go pick her up. He had to be on Snapchat. And I'm just like, here we go. He goes, come over. I would rather stick pins in my eyes. I just like added him back for a laugh, just for a quick giggle to see what he would do. I was with the girls and, you know, they took photos of it, obviously, because they thought it was hilarious. He's blocked on everything these days, but I hope he's doing well. Like, sometimes I do the TikTok stalk and I'm just like, God, You can't see.
Yo, I don't know if this is true, man. I find it hard to believe because, like, who would be so socially unaware to be saying stuff like this, bro? Like, what's up with it, you know? And on top of that, like, man, I bet you anything these girls were in a room entertaining this whole thing and giggling, you know what I'm saying, right? And now behind the scenes, once they left that venue, they're out here, they have so much more to say about the situation. It's like, yo, why don't you call out this dude right there and then, right? Why don't you tell him, like, it ain't funny if he's trying to be funny, like, you know, he's just being a weirdo. And yo, to whoever this dude is, if you actually did this, bro, you're a weirdo, bro. You're a weirdo. Like, I gotta repeat that again, bro. You're a weirdo, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are you trying to do? What's your whole angle with all of this, bro? It's not even entertaining. It's just kind of weird and cringe. Like, you know what I mean? But I can't also help think that this story is a little bit made out. Because at the same time, it's just so bizarre. Like, do people actually do this or what? Like, what kind of people do you hang around with? And that's the one thing I don't get. Like, how can girls put all the Americans in the box and fit them into this stereotype just because this guy is a weirdo? Not everybody's a weirdo like him, you know what I mean, right? Like, you can't put this label on all of us. You just met one weirdo. Does not mean everybody's a weirdo like this, you know? Yeah, that's the one thing with girls, bro. Like, you know, they go on one bad date and all of a sudden they think all men are bad or all men are creeps just because they dealt with one creep. Like, you know what I mean? That's not the case, right? You can't box us in like that. What's up with that?
I've been having an affair. It's been going on for months. I thought it was a phase, but now...
Who?
Penny.
Your secretary. You're leaving me for a girl who can't figure out how to sharpen a pencil?
It's not about her, and it was a new sharpener.
It was electric. All she had to do was push.
Don't you understand? I need to start over.
With her. She wins.
It's not a contest. I just don't want this life. This whole Upper West Side, Classic 6, best seats in Temple.
Wife, 2 kids.
I just don't want it. So you'll tell your parents for me?
Oh, that might be the funniest thing you've ever said.
Honey,
Tomorrow is Yom Kippur. I have 30 people in a rabbi coming over for breakfast, and this is the moment you decide to tell me you're gonna ride off into the sunset with your half-wit secretary. Can I just say that you have the worst timing ever?
I'm sorry.
Go on. Get out. Grab some pens on your way out. You're gonna need them.
Hey, bro, this guy's actually a clown, bro. He's actually funny. Like, I don't think he's trying to be funny, but he's actually just funny because, like, how can you let yourself get all deep in, get married, get the kids, get the house, get everything, and then later on you realize you don't want it? Like, bro, that's not how it works, right? You make your bet, you lay in it, right? And on top of that, I think your wife is actually quite understanding. And on top of it, she seems a little bit mature because a normal woman wouldn't act like this. You know, if you start having an affair with a random girl, bro, and if your woman out there finds out, she's gonna unleash hell. This woman is a little bit too mature, you know what I mean? She's too understanding, you know? And I think you're ruining a good thing. From my point of view, I think what you have here is a pretty good woman, man, you know? As good as it gets, bro. Compared to the rest out there, this is as good as it gets. And I know we're always talking about women this, women that, but at the same time, yo, men always screw up as well. Because look at it this way, right? Sometimes they'll actually find a good, decent woman, and then they'll have a good, decent life, or, you know, they will have the life that every man dreams of. And then they will just screw it up with that little secretary in their office that's just been around, right? Like, how can you screw up your whole entire life over a little secretary? Like, you know, you gotta realize your priorities. But at the same time, right, I think if you knew you were that kind of person who's not ready to settle down, or you're not about that lifestyle of, you know, kids, Upper West Side, whatever, big house, all this and that, then you shouldn't have gone into it in the first place, because otherwise it gets messy from here. Now you're giving your wife an angle to come at you with, you know what I mean? If you really piss her off, she can kick you out of the house, and she gonna make you pay those child support. She gonna turn your life upside down, right? And you're just out here just acting like a teenager boy, my guy, you know? So I think you gotta man up, bro. This ain't no excuse just because you have a new fling. It ain't no excuse for you to start destroying your marriage and your whole life that you've built. And the funny part is you can't even face her parents and tell her parents this. You have to get her to go tell her parents. That's not, oh my god, that's the worst part too, you know.
How long is too long to have a sneaky link? 2 to 3 weeks max. If it's any longer than that, he's never going to date you. He doesn't want to date you. Boys decide within the first like 10 minutes of meeting someone if they're going to date you, and they're going to go tell their friends, I found the one. If they're still wanting to be a sneaky link and fuck with your head and fuck with you after a few weeks of doing it, you need to detach yourself before you get way too invested in it. It's never going to be anything, especially if you desperately want it to be something. The boys who keep the sneaky link going, they're just in it for the lust and they're not in it for the long.
Wow, this girl is talking from experience, right? The sneaky link thing, man. All I gotta say is like, yo, it also depends on how fast the girl gives it up, right? Because if the dude sleeps with her on the first night, he ain't gonna really respect her or look at her as like quality type of girl, you know. And if she makes him wait and, you know, it takes time, then after a while, of course, he's gonna start realizing like, yo, she's a proper girl. Because the way guys view this is like, how fast the girl gives it up, it tells them that, how do they know that they're the only one who got it that fast? You know, there might be other dudes she gave it this fast too, you know. So it already disqualifies her from being a serious type thing, you know what I'm saying? So if any women out there who are trying to get in a committed relationship, it's like, yo, you gotta carry yourself proper first of all, right? You can't be just out here like giving it up on the first night, you know what I'm saying, right? You gotta actually make it so it's worthwhile, that even when you guys get intimate, it's everything just aligned, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, nowadays, man, it's like, yo, if you guys are only linking when it's past dark and you're only spending times in cars and in each other's bed and nothing else outside of that, that's how you know it's only a sneaky link type thing, right? It's not a serious thing. And especially if he's not taking you out on dates or restaurants or anywhere to eat, then you already know what kind of relationship you guys are. So you guys shouldn't be oblivious to this.
Drake video really does show the double standards of relationships nowadays, because you got wives, fiancés, girlfriends with profile pictures of her and her man, and the bio says happy healthy family, all this stuff, commenting out of pocket things on this man's video and on this man's page, like, oh, when you're in my city, I can't wait to sit on it, I wish I had that at home, I watched the video 30 plus times in bed next to my man. But God forbid your man comment on another woman's video saying, damn, that thing looked tight, wish I had that at home, you would just not eat for 3 days. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't think that's embarrassing that you're calling your man's like game weak on the internet? But you would lose your mind if he was calling your trash, right? Okay. It's just a...
Yo, I know what she means by this, you know. I don't know if you guys ever knew, but like, there is a scandal going on that Drake's intimate pictures were leaked and and all the women are loving it, bro. At the end of the day, but I get what she's saying though, right? Because a lot of these women be like, you know, devoted wives, mothers, this and that, but then you look at them at the comment sections on Instagram or whatever, you see how wild they get, bro. Especially if it's like their favorite artist, right? If it's, you know, Drake or whatever, you know, like, yeah, people like that, you get all the women going wild. And it's, at the end of the day, like, it's actually a little bit bad for the man, right? Because imagine this is a woman that you built a life with, but yet she somehow low-key is disrespecting you like that, right? I mean, a lot of guys just dismiss this because they're like, yo, you know, she's just lusting over a pop star or over a singer or a rapper or whatever. It's no big deal, like, you know, she's never gonna meet them in real life. But you guys don't realize that cheating always starts with the mind, right? If she's already thinking these thoughts, what happens when the chance presents itself? You still think she'll still be the loyal person thought you were with? No, bro, you know, that's how a lot of you guys end up getting caught sidetracked, bro. And later on you find out, oh, she cheated when she went to Miami on a girl's trip. It's like, bro, you were giving her the leeway, you know? You were giving her so much freedom like this, and why are you shocked? Because your wife shouldn't even be looking at any other man, and I don't care if it's the president or if he's A-list celebrity or actor, it doesn't matter, bro. You should be the only man in her life if she is actually about you, right? Any moment she's still thinking about these other dudes and what she would like to do with them, she's cheating on you. That's it. It always starts with the mind for women. But I always find it funny how guys are more likely laid back by this. You know, they don't really make a big deal about this. But yo, let me tell you one thing. If a woman catches you on the DMs of another woman, or I mean on the comment section of another woman, like commenting like, you know, like you look good or hard eye emojis or what they would like to do to them, yo, she gonna raise hell in that house, bro. She gonna fight you tooth and nail, man. She gonna choke you out, bro. She gonna start World War III, bro. I'm telling you, bro, you know. But all of a sudden when they do it, it's all right. And dudes don't really say much about it, right? They just let it slide and they make it acceptable, but it shouldn't be acceptable, you know.
Do you joke with me, or is it like there's some truth behind it?
When I say what?
All of it.
Everything. I think you'd have to be more specific. I try to bring up the energy for the people that listen, because I know they go through a hard week, and maybe they just want.
I've had a hard week.
Maybe they want to take a mental break off.
But I've had a hard week.
Yeah, I know. But you're also here to help entertain the masses. If you want me to just entertain you, I'll get some symbols and I'll do this in front of you, in front of your bed. You know?
She's reaching out, Zach.
She's the smallest hands I've ever seen in my entire life.
I'm reaching out to you.
Well, I mean, do you see the person that those hands are attached to?
Do you ever pick up a plum and you go, look at this watermelon?
They're not the same color.
Fucking got you.
Sorry. Yeah, that's my
As I was saying, Jared looks really cute today.
Thank you. Jared literally has a date on Wednesday.
And I'm happy for him, but I think he looks very nice today. Yours looked very nice last night.
Thank you.
You didn't even try to make one move, though.
Me?
Yeah.
No, Skylar was too all up on.
You know what's so funny, man? Nowadays, I feel like everything's a podcast, bro. Like, people just be having this normal, casual talk with their friend and make a podcast out of everything. Like, yo, this should be a private conversation. Like, you know, two people sitting in the car talking one-on-one. I don't know why we have to hear it. We're not getting any value out of this. But if I have to say, though, like, yo, they have some kind of chemistry going on here, but I think they're all pretending just for the sake of this podcast. They don't want to really pursue it, or maybe they're pursuing it behind the scenes, but just for the sake of the audience, right? They're trying to show like they're not pursuing it, you know. You can already tell, like that third interviewer there in this podcast, I feel like he's that third wheel, bro. It's like, you know, when you go on a date with your boys or with your boy and his girl, and you're sitting in the back, and then they're just having their own little moment, and you're there by yourself in the back, just feeling a little weird and awkward. That's the case here. Like my man here, the other interviewer, he's probably wishing he wasn't in his room in the first place, right? Because like that charged up conversation, that charged up energy, you can feel it, right? These guys, they have something going on, and you have like my dude out here just watching two couples going at it and fighting, you know. How awkward, yeah?
I desperately miss the old Steve Urkel.
But Myra, I'm not the man I used to be.
Steven, I'm breaking up with you.
Jimmy?
Bye, dear Steven. I'll always treasure our times together, the midnight polkas, the all-night cheese binges, the first annual Caterpillar Rodeo.
Oh, we lived fast and played hard, baby.
Au revoir, mon cher. Au revoir.
Myra broke up with me.
You're kidding. She's crazy about you.
She thinks I've changed. The way I dress, the way I act. She says she doesn't even recognize me anymore.
Well, Steve, it's true. You are changing. But if you ask me, I think it's for the better.
Oh, really?
Yes, really.
Laura, the irony is I was going to break up with Myra tonight.
You were? Why?
Because I wanted to hack a clear path through the jungle of love. From your heart to my hood.
Steve, did you have wine with dinner?
If you're asking whether or not I'm intoxicated, the answer is yes. Yes, yes, yes. 1,000 times yes. I'm drunk on you, baby. And I always have been.
What am I going to do with you, Steve Urkel?
Just love me, Laura. Love me like I love you.
Come here.
Here's another thing, guys. When a woman breaks up with you, honestly, they're not gonna tell you the truth. Most of the times they're gonna blame it on you. They're gonna say, oh, you changed, you became a different person, blah 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 blah. But we already know it's always on their case, right? The chances are they found somebody else who's better than, who they think is better than you, right? Or somebody else who's more fun, more exciting, or whatever, right? Now on this video here, when he reacted, right, he was told that she told him that he changed, and he said that of course I've changed, right? Like, of course he's owning up to it, right? Like, you're not supposed to say the same, right? And towards the end of this video, this other woman said that he's changed for the better. Look at it. Like, I agree. I completely agree. Like, I think like sometimes when you don't do much, the woman's gonna think like you're not enough. When you do too much, they're gonna think you've changed because they're used to the old you. It's like, yo, you cannot make them happy, right? Nothing is ever, they can never be satisfied with everything you do. So at the end of the day, man, if she decides to break up with you, that's it, right? You're always gonna end up with finding another one who's better for you, right? Like in this case, towards the end of this video, you saw that, right? He broke up with her, or she broke up with him on that first one, the first chick. He ended up with the second one, right? So that's how the world works. That's how life works, right? So instead of always taking everything too hard, it's like, yo, whenever one door closes, the other one opens, right? So you shouldn't be beating yourself up. But anyways, guys, that's the video. Make sure to click the like button and subscribe. Leave comments. Let me know what you all thought about this video. And as always, catch you on the next one.